Yo, 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 it's Faded back at it again. Phase 3, SOD, we're back, we're here. I'm excited, I know a lot of people are excited. It came out of nowhere, we didn't have much prep time to go into things, so we're just gonna hit it real quick. Um, I've been busy with life, I haven't had much time to really prep or even game. Unfortunately, that's why I haven't had many videos out, but I'm gonna try to keep it going. So, my thought process on SOD Phase 3. Looks good, looks great, looks fun. Um, I'm more excited for Kata, but this is not about this, about SOD Phase 3. So, what am I going to do? Of course, hit level 50. That's goal number one. After that, do the raid, gear up, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Question is, how am I going to get there? There's two ways I'm going to do it. First way, I was thinking of doing just ret, have fun, quest out there. I was going to do a bunch of prereqs or pre-quest, get 20 of them done. I got about half. I don't even care anymore. I don't want to be sweaty. I just don't have time to do that and then edit videos and all that jazz. But that is one way you can do it. Quest it, have fun with it, or do dungeon spam. What I'm thinking of doing is doing the ZF boost, or just doing the ZF run on my Paladin with Consecration. I did it back in Classic Era on my Mage. I did it in TBC and all the classes you can do it at. I did it as a second Mage, as a Hunter, and as a Pally, and it was fun. Love the ZF run. Probably one of my most favorite things to do in WoW, or not in WoW, but my most favorite things to do in Classic. So hopefully the Pally can do it well. I know I'm gonna have to use, or I'm definitely gonna need the new rune called Wrath that helps Consecration crit. So that's probably what I'm gonna need. And if we can't find the rune, or if there's a level requirement and I can't get it by at least 43, then we might have a problem. But other than that, though, it looks pretty solid. So let me just go through my thought process on what I'm gonna be doing. Okay. So you can go regular red build, and just smack things and do questing. But for the ZF run, this is the build I'm going to choose. 5 in the Divine Intellect. Okay, we need to unlock the Holy Tree to get Consecration. That's our bread and butter. Okay. You can do Spiritual Focus or improve Seal of Righteousness. I personally like Spiritual Focus. You're not really going to need it. Just because if you get hit, you're mostly going to die, because you're going to have too many mobs killing you. But this is just in general for PvP, World PvP, or when you do dungeons. Unlocked Consecration, great. Next up, go down to the ret. Either or, I like just Benediction, why not? You're going to be judging here and there. I personally want to get 5 in Deflection, but since I might just be questing in the meantime, if I get bored, I'm going to get Improved Judge. Now here it gets a little interesting. I'm going to get Pursuit of Justice. I want that 8% mount speed and movement speed. You're going to need it, and it's huge in ZF. You're going to notice it a lot. You could use carry on the stick for your mount increase, but it takes up a trinket slot. And then you could use your movement boot enchant, but it's only for your movement speed for your character, not for your mount. So having Pursuit of Justice does both at the same time. So huge when you're trying to do ZF boost. I'm going to get Seal of Command just to have for questing. Max out Conviction. I love Eye for an Eye. It's such an OP ability in Classic. Fucking great ability. Just good. But what we really want is Sanctity Aura. Huge, we're going to need it for Consecration. You get this at level 41. You don't really need to have this to do the ZF run, but I've done this so many times that, to be level 40 and hop into ZF is going to be difficult, because other mobs are orange because level 43 plus, and they're elites. So it's like you're going to get knocked off in days from your mount, and it's just going to wipe you. So I recommend doing it at 43, my opinion. But if you want to go hard with Faps and Swiftness pots and bubbles and all that, be my guest. I'm going to try it just because I've experienced doing it, so I'm looking forward to it. So I will probably do it at 41. So that's the build. Okay, 11 holy, 21 ret. Bread and butter right there. If you want me to max out the tree so you can see how it looks like, then I'm going to do 2-hand spec, and then 1 into Vindication, and then the rest into Vengeance. So that's the build at 50, and I'll probably stick to that. It's kind of like a bread and butter ret holy back in era, so that's what I'm probably going to stick to. At 50, I'm going to respect. We'll most likely go either full ret or prot, depending on what guilds need. Rating will be kind of tough for me because of work schedule and everything is inconsistent, but as of right now, this is the build to hit 40, or I'm sorry, 50. So now into runes. Runes, the big one is Wrath. Okay, new phase 3 rune that we get, Paladins get. Your consecration damage can now be critical strikes. That is huge. So your consecration can now hit critically, which is going to be big. And damage from your exorcism, Holy Shock, Holy Wrath, and consecration spells gains additional critical strike chance equal to your melee critical strike chance. So a lot of our gear has crit, and I have a lot of red gear as well, so I get melee crit, so that's going to double dip. So it's just going to be a huge thing. We just want consecration to crit. Let's see how it looks. You're going to be spamming it a lot, so it'll be your main ability, so we're going to go for it. I did think about going Fanatism. I just don't know if it's going to be worth it for this kind of grind. You know, so right now it's going to be Wrath. Okay, chest. You could go Horde of Lordion for the stamina. I'm sorry, for the... you don't really need it, but... I was going to go Divine Storm or Aegis for the block, so I don't get dazed. But that's preference. I'm going to go with Divine Storm just because it's not really going to help us in the ZF run, but... yeah. Next. Here... I would like to get Purfying Power, because it will allow my Holy Wrath to stun undeads and demons, and in ZF we're going to be attacking the undeads. So if you can use this, right, use Purifying Power, because it's, you know, an AoE attack, stun them all, throw down a consecration, get a nice Crusader Striker Judge, and then dip while you're doing the ZF pull, that's going to be great. So that's what I'm going to do, and it makes your Holy Wrath 50% reduced cooldown, so you'll be able to use it. That's a lot of DPS right there, in my opinion. Next, originally I wanted the Crusader Strike, but since I'm going to be weaving in Holy Wraths, I'm going to go with Hand of Reckoning. Why? Because it gives you cheat death if you go below 35% health. So that's the reason why I'm going to have it. And it also increases well, that's threat, but that's not really needed for this run. So when you hit 35% health, you gain 20% more. Okay, I'm sorry, your damage is reduced by 20% when you hit 35% health. So that's huge. You get like a nice little last stand effect, damage reduction by 20%. That's gonna be a lifesaver in my opinion. Belt, Enlightened Judgments, just to have the range. If you need to finish someone off, you know, you Seal of Righteousness or Command and hit them. I did think about using Stealth of Light. I'm debating. If it procs off Judgment, then I'll do it. But I'm gonna see if it's worth. I'm gonna be running mostly int stamina gear, so I won't have much attack power. So this won't really go well with that build. If I was gonna go full ret, sure, but I'm not gonna have much attack power. So I'm gonna go with Enlightened Judgment. Legs. Originally I was gonna do Avenger Shield. Then I thought maybe extras might be good. So I'm just debating. I just don't want to use so much mana. And if I need the snare, I'll use Avenger Shield. It only hits 3 targets, but I mean, why not? It could change the way of the pull. So I'm going with Avenger Shield. Might not be in the rotation, but I will have it in there just in case. Next up. So this is the one where I was kind of theory crafting and kind of wondering what would be better. Originally I wanted to have Sacred Shield, but I kind of like Guarded by the Light. Okay, it's like a you just get mana back. It's like a little mini life tap Paladins. It's huge. I like it. Now the thing is, it says each time you hit a target with your melee weapon, you gain 5% of your maximum mana per 3 seconds for 15 seconds. That's huge. That's a lot of mana. Now my only concern is when you hit a target with your melee weapon, I'm assuming you gotta hit him. Okay, so this goes hand in hand when you go into the mob, throw your Holy Wrath up, and then get a quick hit, then throw Consecration, and that way you're guarded by a light procs, and you gain mana, so you don't go So that's what I'm thinking of using it. If it does work, then we're solid and we can do this grind. It will be a little tricky, will be a little harder because we got to weave in melee with Holy Wrath, hitting a target real quick for within the 2-second stun duration, dip out, make sure we have the mana, going up, and then Consecration. So that's what I would like to do. The safe bet is Sacred Shield, but again, if you use Sacred Shield, you're not really getting hit. If you're not getting hit, you have the bubble on, using more mana. Okay, and then next thing you know, you're So, but anyhow, that's what I'm gonna do for now. This is gonna be the build here. Let's see here if I'm missing anything. No. So right now, you can get all of these except Purfying Power, which is it's gonna be the big one in my opinion. If we can get that 2-second stun, and that's gonna be great. Right, and then Wrath is just a bonus for Consecration to crit. I mean, that's just going to be super nice to have. But, as of now, this is it right here. So you can take a screenshot, pause the video, let me know what you think. This is going to be kind of my way of doing it for ZF. I hope it works. I know I've been reading some forums and talking with people saying, I don't know if pilots can do it because they'll go or I don't know if Paladins will do it because they don't have enough damage Consecration. Or I don't know if Paladins would do it because, they just don't have enough oomph. I'm like, well, yay and nay. I think the mana problem will go away a lot with Guarded by the Light. 100%. So that's one thing. Another thing is you'll have a lot of power with Holy Wrath. Okay? Especially with the cooldown reduced by 50%. That's going to be a lot of damage. And then having crit with Consecration, again, it's going to be huge. So that's just my theory crafting and my look at it for the Paladin with, doing the ZF build. As far as ret, you can just go pure ret like I am doing right now. I mean, this is just standard ret build with Repentance. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm an engineer, so I already have grenades. I have 200 grenades, and I can make more if I want, but I'm definitely going to be using grenades in this run. I've done it in the past, and I think Pally is the one that not needs grenades, but it definitely helps to have a stun, to regroup them all, and for damage. If you're not an engineer, the EZ-Thro grenades are really strong, and they do a lot of damage, and it's worth. And I'm sure it'll be cheap. Maybe we'll see. People might know. So you have EZ-Thro Dynamite 1, which is 69 damage, so that's not the good one. And then you have EZ Dynamite 2. So this is the one that people are going to want. I'm sure people will want this a lot. Very cheap to make. 1 solid blasting powder and 2 mage weave. So I'm going to make these myself. And the cool thing is you don't have to be engineered to use them. So, if you want to use them just for extra damage, if you're a hunter, a shadow priest, or a mage, grab those and throw them and then try it out. Super good. Lots of damage. So I really recommend it. What else? Consumes. If I want to get like super hardcore into it, I would use the actually I have a lot of my boomkin. Where is it? The oils. Here we go. Lesser Wizard Oil. So you can use those to increase spell power by 16. I might use it. I'm not too sure. We'll see. I want to test it out first. Definitely good for Shadow Priest and mages. Maybe hunters. Stack up with pots. I have mana pots in my bank or in my alt bank and in the mailbox. So yeah, give it a shot. Let me know how you think, what you think. I'm definitely gonna be trying it at 42, 43-ish, and I'm gonna hunt the 2 runes, purifying. What is it? Purifying a power. Purifying Power, and Wrath. So I'm gonna hunt these and see, you know, how early we can get them. If they require a level, excuse me, if they require a higher level, then we're kind of, you know, in trouble. But we'll see. Who knows? Hopefully this goes well. Let me know in the comments what you think. Will you try this ZF run? Will you not? Will you do a dungeon grind with a group of friends? Would you quest your way through 50? Or would you live in ZF like I did for all of Classic Era? A lot of fun. I'm excited to do it. It's super easy to get in there. I can probably show you a video later of how to do it now, but SoD Phase 3 is coming out tomorrow, so I'm just going to wait on it. Once I hit 43, I'm going to do the run. I'll record it. I'll show you guys, and then let me know how it is. I hope it goes well. It's a good money maker. It's a good, you know, way to make experience. You're not getting ganked. You're away from everyone, and you're just kind of chilling out and grinding away by yourself. So I think it's a plus. Another tip is have your Hearthstone at Tanaris, Gadgetzan. That way, when you are done and your bags are full, you Hearth to Gadgetzan, resell, rebuttal, and then go back to ZF. So that's it, y'all. Hope you like it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Will you do the ZF build? Will you do the ZF grind? Or will you just quest to 50? Let me know. We out. Peace.